Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another review for you. Today I'm going to be looking at the In Win Maelstrom case. But I say today, but ever since I moved into my new place, I've had this on my desk, and I literally completely forgot it was there. I just carried on and just used it. I'm going to talk about all my thoughts about the case at the end, but I'm going to get the camera off the tripod, give you a look around the outside and explain some of the features to you. First things first, you'll see these green metallic, and they are actually, if the camera focuses on that, okay, it might go in, but it's a really nice kind of green metallic-y, even a pearl look. But they may look like the handles, but they're not. They're just plastic. There's only little screws on the other side, and they will break, or the front will just pull off. But there's 5 optical drive bays at the front, and the top one also has a 3.5-inch adapter. Go up onto the roof and you've got the panel for all the I/O, power, reset, microphone, headphones, 4 USB, firewire and eSATA. There's room for 220mm fans on the top. This one's normally fitted here, but I'll explain why when I get the side off. And then on the side there's a huge 220mm fan here, but you can take that off and fit 620mm fans around the case. All of the fan mounts have got rubber grommets when the camera catches up to help with noise suppression. One of the things I do like about the case is the fact that you just take the I am still here. One of the things I do like about the case, you just take the thumb screw out the back, and then the only place that the door has any contact, or say contact, but like hinges in, is at the front. So it gives you that kind of like hingeability. There's no awkward clips or anything. You just give it a tug and it's off. Now both the doors, front and the back, also have sound deadening foam fitted. This one is all the way around the outside, and the back door is completely covered. Taking a look inside, a very dusty inside, because as I said, I've been using this for quite a while. And there you go, you can see all the dust in there. But I had to move the 120mm fan across because my heatsink, I use it purposely in the case reviews because it is such a pain in the bum to fit to most cases. This isn't a problem with this one because where the air blows in, it goes straight out the roof anyway. Now there's 5 hard drive mounts, and they're all little rails. And they literally clip the rails on the side of the hard drive and it just pushes into place. So very handy. And all the mounts for the case actually come on a really handy little gadget. They all clip in. This actually come in one of the drive bays, so you can leave it in the case as well, so that you don't lose all your fittings, which is a brilliant idea because I'm terrible for doing that. Now, there's a 120mm fan at the front to help keep those hard drives cool. But something that's also very handy is that on the other side of the fan, all of the drive bays are meshed. Camera should focus in, there you go. Now they're meshed, so it should help to a certain degree with dust. It won't be foolproof, but it will help. Now, as you can see, the whole of the inside of the case is powder coated, and it is done very well as well. If I let the camera focus in on that, if it will focus, but the quality is very good. That's just fingerprints, but the quality of the powder coat is great. Now I've used the same test system as I always do, so we've got a big old power supply here. You can see above the power supply there's lots and lots of room. Now this is brilliant for the graphics cards. It helps keep the graphics cards nice and clear, so that there's plenty of room for them to breathe. talking of breathing, there is loads of ventilation at the back of the case. You've got the grommets for the for external water cooling, should you use it. There you go, you can see the normal system in there. I'm going to stick you back on the tripod. Now the motherboard tray in this sadly isn't removable, and also there aren't any cable mounting poke through holes either. Like literally you can just squeeze stuff up the back, but there isn't a lot of room behind there. I do mean just, literally managed to squeeze the 8-pin power for the top in and up, and only just managed to get it in. Now, temperature wise, even though there's only 120mm in the front and then you've got the 2 exhausts, the case did very well. Mainly I think because you've got that massive fan on the side blowing straight in at the board. Now I've got a Q6600 in this, as I use for all the rigs, and I've left it at stock, but it was idling at 35 degrees. And even with Prime 95 just left running, nothing ever got above 52 degrees. Graphics cards were idling at 49 with 50% fans, and didn't go above 73 degrees with 50% fans. So again, do you know what I mean? The temperatures are really, really good. Now, I said at the beginning that I've had this case on my desk for quite some time, ever since I first moved in, and that's because it is so quiet. When it's sat there, and admittedly I have for general use I turn my graphics cards down, but it's just, there is no hum, there is no noise, it just sits there. The front isn't going to be to everybody's tastes, but something I need to kind of explain to you is it's quite narrow, but it's still quite tall. It's bigger than a mid-tower, but it's priced in mid-tower range really. It's $86.99 at Overclockers in the UK, and that's, for me, that's Cooler Master Half 922 money. Now this is as good, if not better, than a Cooler Master Half 922. Mainly because you've got the all black internals. You've got a lot more room because it's a lot taller, so it, you know, things can breathe. It's got exactly the same amount of cooling in there really, because this, you've got the larger fan on the side rather than in the roof. So surprisingly, when this first arrived, I didn't think I was going to like it, but it's a grower. It really, really is, and I'm happily surprised. I really, really like it. Now, the only downsides for a case, because it is quite tall, so there isn't any proper like internal water cooling support, but you've obviously got the big grommets at the back if you were to have an external rad or something. So generally, yeah, I would actually say, if you're thinking about spending under £100, you want something different, and water cooling isn't on your priority list, you've got a decent air cooler, then I would really recommend this. I really like it. Don't forget to check my other videos, the subscribe button's about. Take a look at my channel as well. But this is Tiny Tom Logan giving a good thumbs up recommendation for the In Win Maelstrom case.